Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel and a new video on Saxlingham. Last time we were getting this field prepared for the next planting. Got the cultivator going to remove the tram lines. The reason I'm doing the whole field though, a few of you keep saying why are you not just doing the tram lines and not the whole field, but I'm going to do the whole field because it needs to be planted anyway, and the planter that I've got doesn't direct plant. You have to cultivate first anyway, so it makes sense just to get the whole field just cultivated, including the tram lines. That gets rid of the tram lines and then prepares the field for the next planting. So this will be probably a soybean field. It's a bit too big for sugar beet, I would say, this one. So probably do soybeans in this one, which will need to be planted, so it does need to be cultivated first. Yes, so, and also it needs lime, which I've already started doing, but I have run out of lime, as you'll have remembered from the end of last episode. I ran out, so I thought I would leave it at that point and then resume today when it's not raining, because it was starting to rain as well at the end of last episode and go dark. So now it's a nice bright day, or reasonably bright anyway, not raining at least, new day, and we're going to go back, get some more lime, and then continue to spread that field with lime, field 11, and that'll get it ready for planting. And there may be some more harvesting to do, isn't it? Actually probably not today, because there's those two fields there, the sugar beet and the soybeans, but don't think either of those are ready yet, so no more harvesting for today, but we do have probably some more drilling to do. The wheat and the barley, now it's September, can actually start to be planted, so yeah, that'll be another job to do today. But first of all, I will get this refilled with lime and head back to field 11 and get the rest of that spread. Right, that's the lime spreading done. The helper's still going with the cultivating, although that's almost finished, just got the headlands to do now on that. But I need to get some of these pallets moved, because I've noticed the mill is full, the storage capacity inside is full, and the spawn area is also full, so yeah, we need to move these pallets, of the flour particularly. There is a few more spaces for canola oil internally, but yeah, the flour pallet spawn is completely full, so I need to get all these pallets moved out of the way to clear some space for some new pallets to spawn. And the mill can continue to produce flour from barley and canola oil from the canola. So I'll just get these moved and then we'll move on to the next job, which will be to start drilling. I'll use the New Holland for that. I'm just waiting for the New Holland to finish the cultivating, although actually it does need to get the field cultivated as well. Field 41 also does need doing, but I might be able to put the Unimog on the cultivator to do that field so that I can use the New Holland for the drilling. That's the plan anyway. I hope that works. So yeah, we'll do that in a second once I finish moving all these pallets. Okay, so field 11 is all finished now. The helper's finished cultivating that, so we can now move on to the next one. But as I said earlier, I'm going to swap the cultivator with the Unimog, hopefully, if that works, and take that to the next field so that the New Holland here can be used on a drilling job, because we have fields now to start drilling for the next year with the cereal crops. So yeah, I'm going to swap them over so that I can use this with, because I think the drill requires more horsepower, surprisingly, than this cultivator does. It's only 180 horsepower requirement on this cultivator, whereas the drill I think is a bit more than that. So it's best to have the more powerful tractor on the drill. As I have said previously, I do want to buy a bigger tractor as soon as possible, but of course the money is a bit of a limiting factor in that. Only 106,000 in the bank, which isn't great. Ideally need about 300,000 at least for a decent sized new tractor. So yeah, probably not today, although it would be nice. What am I going to do? I think I'll probably just take it back to the yard, because the drill is at the yard anyway, and we'll just swap them over there rather than swapping them over in the middle of the road. So yeah, I'll take this back to the main yard and drop it off so that I can put this on the Unimog and take that to field 41 for the helper to cultivate, and then I will put the seed drill on this tractor and then get this to one of the fields that has been harvested to drill with either wheat or barley. Although I do have an awful lot of wheat and barley in storage, so maybe we don't need all that much. Thinking about it, unless of course I buy a mill, a grain mill, another one. Because I know I've got a mill, but it's taking a while to get through it all. So ideally we probably need a bigger mill or a second mill. This is very busy, this road today, I've noticed. I don't know why they've all stopped. Should be able to get around. Oh, well, that's why. Someone's trying to overtake me, and then they've gone into the path of the oncoming traffic. Okay, right, we made it anyway to the yard. I'll drop the front weight and the cultivator off over here so that this can be put onto the Unimog. I think it will be able to run it. Like I said, it only has a 180 horsepower requirement on this, so it's not too bad. It should be able to do it. And then I'll put this on the seed drill. Just need to decide which fields we're actually going to drill. That might be a good idea. So when I drop that off, there we go. I will have a quick look at the map to see what we're actually going to drill. Let's just get the seed drill on. Right, again, I want to get a bigger seed drill as well, but the money is an issue. And we need the tractor before the seed drill, otherwise we wouldn't be able to run the bigger drill. Yes, so the map. Let's have a look at what we have. So yeah, field 8 I think is the one we're going to do. That's empty, and that will probably be a wheat or barley field, probably a wheat field. Let's check the calendar so we can actually see what I can actually drill. So we can still do canola, although I think we've got enough canola. Yeah, it was canola last time as well, so yeah, we don't want to do that. So barley. Oh, we can do oats, although oats are not the most profitable crop. Or wheat. Yeah, I'm thinking wheat probably will be the best one to go for. There's already some fertiliser bags here, so I'll get the fertiliser topped up. There's the fertiliser, so yeah, we'll probably need all that. I'll switch the seed type to wheat. There we go. And that's most of the fertiliser filled up, so I will head to the field now, which is only just here, so not too far to go at all. I'll get the helper to make a start on this because I need to get the cultivator going on the Unimog, so yeah, that'll give me time to do that while this field starts. So I'll just get this going on a helper. There we go. So the helper's going to make a start on drilling this one with wheat, and then we need the Unimog, which is here, still on the spreader, so I'll drop that off. And then hopefully I have got a front 3-point linkage there, so I can put the weight on, because it probably will need it. And then this can go to field 41, and I'll get the helpers to start cultivating that one, ready to be planted with either sunflowers, probably sunflowers actually. I was going to say all sugar beet, but I'd rather keep the sugar beet closer to the farm, so it's not as far as a cart, because it's, yeah, the sugar beet's quite a labour intensive job to harvest, so I don't really want to be travelling miles with it. considering the sugar mill is right here at the yard, definitely makes more sense to have the sugar beet itself grown close to the mill so I'm not carting it miles and miles. So anyway, yeah, let's get this on, and I'm going to head to field 41. Right, so while the two helpers get on with those two fields, the drilling and the cultivating there, we will do a contract, I think, just check that's still going okay. I think it is, yeah. It's just doing a slightly strange thing, but yeah, it's fine. So just been looking at the contracts, and yeah, there's a spraying contract. We're trying to do Walter contracts at the moment to try and get his field discounts up a bit more, because we're on 10% at the moment. We can get up to 35% with my settings, so we're going to borrow the items this time, try not to forget to do that, and do a spraying contract, because I've not done one of these before. So self-propelled sprayer, that's interesting, not used this before I don't think, and we need to fill it up with the herbicide, not the fertiliser. That was close, because there was a fertiliser IBC next to it, but that's not the job. We are doing fertiliser. Why did that stop? Okay, we're filling up. And we're heading to field 13, which is down here, which needs weeding, so we're weeding that with the sprayer, or spraying off the weeds. So I'll get the, well, might as well put them both in. Don't know whether we need them both, but might as well. If this has got this spot spraying on, I'm not sure whether it does or not, but if it does, it's hardly going to use any herbicide at all. We can end up with most of it back again, but I'll go and do this job now, and do that on time lapse and come back to you when it's done. That's the two spraying contracts finished, so we're going to collect those now. That's all good, and that's given me a bit more of a discount with Walter. Only one of them was for Walter though, unfortunately. It would have been good if both of them were, but it was just the one. But it's still brought in some extra money and given me a 15% discount now with Walter. It would be nice to get a bit more. Try and get it back up to 35% at some point. We could do a bale wrapping contract. Before I do that though, let's just check on the progress of the helpers. So that one's doing the drilling. It's probably done about half of field 8. That's not bad. And again, the same with 41, probably just about half the field's done there. So yeah, they're both going okay. I haven't really got a spare tractor to start rolling with. I have got the class. I suppose I could do it with the class, but yeah, I'll probably just leave it a bit longer for that. So I will do a bale wrapping contract. Let's borrow the items for that one. So that's field 23, was it? Let's just check that. No, 20. Yeah, 20. I thought it was 20. Yeah, square bale wrapping contract. I might do more than one. There are 3 available for Walter, if you include the one I've already taken. So I might do another one as well. But yeah, first of all we'll do field 20. So I've got the items already. I've lost the sprayer, but we have got this now. Oh yeah, I forgot to unload the herbicide. Never mind, because I'm actually okay for herbicide anyway. It's not too bad that. So it would be more of a loss if it was fertilizer. But yeah, herbicide not really too much of an issue. Anyway, yes, get the bale wrapper on, and I'll head to field 20, and we'll get those bales wrapped. Okay, that's a 25% discount now on Walter's fields. That's another big improvement. Got another 10% to do, but it don't have to be done today. It can be done in another episode. So we're going to collect these 2 contracts that we just did, the bale wrapping contracts, for a bit more extra money. There we go. Which gives me 148,900 in the bank. Okay, how are the helpers doing? I just had to go and refill the drill with seed and fertiliser because it ran out of fertiliser. As you'll have seen there, so that's still going, but it has been a bit delayed by having to do that. And then the cultivating is probably at a similar stage, just doing the last of the headlands on both sides of the field, or both fields, both on the last stages of the headlands, so not too much longer for them to be finished. And then we can make a start on the rolling. In fact, I can probably put the roller on the class tractor here, although there are more pallets to be moved, aren't there? So maybe it's best just to move the pallets and then get the rolling done next time, because we are getting towards the end of the episode now and there are more pallets to move. So I'll just quickly do that and then maybe bring the cultivator back once that's finished, and then next time we'll get this field here, the wheat field, rolled once the New Hollander's finished. Just going back into the yard now with the Unimog, and as you'll have seen there, I did already return the front weight and the cultivator because they're done with now. We don't need them anymore, so yep, returning them, and I will now back this onto the roller, and we'll get that going in this field, probably on a helper actually, thinking about it. Just going to the yeah, I've messed that up. I was going to say it's easier to do that in the third person view. I probably could have done that a bit better than I did, but yeah, it's just easier when you can see where you're going. There we go. Right. So yeah, I'll just get this going on a helper, and then we'll leave the episode there, and then next time we will resume getting fields sorted out, and maybe even start more harvesting next time if it's October, because we are getting through September actually today, so it might be even October next time. So we have some more harvesting to do then. This field looks like it is almost done anyway. In fact, it might even be done. Where's the helper going on the drill? Somewhere over there, I think, on that side of the field. But I'll just get that going. The helper can start rolling, and we will end it there. So I really hope you've enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again in the next one.